explosive leaked clip confirms Sweet Baby Inc. pressure developers to submit to narrative demands. So this is nothing surprising. Sweet Baby Inc. is a lightning rod for controversy in the gaming industry, so we're just going to dive right into it. In a revelation that confirms years of speculation, a leaked clip from a Sweet Baby Inc. internal discussion has surfaced, showing narrative designer Cameron Wild, that's this thing right here, I don't know if that's a man or a woman, describing how a development studio was repeatedly pressured into changing the identity of its characters until it relented. The footage, exposed by Master of the TDS and Writing Raven of Gothic Therapy, provided the clearest evidence yet that Sweet Baby Inc.'s narrative consulting process involves far more than creative guidance for developers. It involves calculated emotional and ideological pressure. We actually already know this because Kim Belair right here, she's already gone out saying that, yeah, go to the water cooler and threaten them. Tell them how badly things will turn out for them in their game and their profits if they don't cater to their demands, if they don't make the main character a black female, right? That's what Sweet Baby Inc. does. So I'm not gonna watch this whole 7-minute video in this reaction video here, but I stopped it at probably my favorite image. So this is him, her, whatever the fuck it is, talking about what they do, why they're here. They're a narrative consultant from Sweet Baby Inc. And this was my favorite slide. Cool, so why am I here? We want cooler stories. A safer world. AKA a world where people can't use speech that's mean against people like this, a trans person. That's what they actually mean when they say a safer world. They want to police your speech. Burning the games industry to the ground. And this is my favorite part. Like this image right here. This little Sweet Baby Inc. just smiling in the burning room. This perfectly encapsulates what Sweet Baby Inc. stands for and what they are. They are the harbingers of doom, right? They are the doom bringers of the games industry. You have Sweet Baby Inc. involved in your project, and it's probably going to be a shit project. That's just how it is. Harbingers of doom. I like this. I love this image. I'm so glad that he chose this. Just the complete lack of self-awareness makes it so much better. This latest development adds significant weight to growing concerns that Sweet Baby Inc. is not merely a consulting firm, but a gatekeeping mechanism steering game development toward rigid ideological outcomes, even against the will of studios. Yep, that's completely right. Yeah, like Kim Belair said with the water cooler. Hey, if they're not doing what you say, if they're not listening to your consulting, if they don't want to turn the main character from a white male into a black female, then you just got to bully the shit out of them. That's basically what she said. She said, go to the water cooler, tell them, scare them, frighten them, threaten them with what will happen, with how poorly people will react, with how bad their game will bomb, with how much negative publicity they'll get if they don't make the game character into a black lesbian female, right? That's what Sweet Baby Inc. does. And they don't hide this. They're very transparent about this. The CEO, Kim Belair, of the company said those are their tactics. So this isn't really news. This latest development had significant weight, growing concerns that Sweet Baby Inc. is not merely a consulting firm, but a gatekeeping mechanism steering the game. Yep, I already read that again and again and again. In the leaked clip, Wild recounts an interaction with the developer that resisted suggestions about character identity. Oh, here we go. Are they going to go to the water cooler and threaten them that if they don't make them into a black, lesbian, non-binary, that their game's going to bomb? Rather than collaborating towards a creative solution, you know, like professional business people tend to do, Wild describes pressing the studio repeatedly until they gave in. Yep. And this was his face. This was probably his smug-ass face when he finally got what he wanted after threatening for the 100th time that all the trans people are going to come burn down their business if they don't make the main character a black lesbian. Sorry, that's an over-exaggeration. Being met with a less than optimal response to that, and then having to say it again, and then again, and then again, Wild noted in that clip. The Sweet Baby Inc. narrative designer also reflected on leveraging personal emotion to make the argument more compelling, admitting that vulnerability was deployed not for mutual understanding, but as a pressure tactic. Oh boy. The intent, according to Wild, was not to inform or advise, but to instill enough emotional weight to force compliance. So yeah, I mean, they're just doing what Kim Belair told them to do. use emotional coercion, threaten them, do whatever you can to get them to implement your suggestions. Right? That is what Sweet Baby Inc. does. They do whatever they can to get the company to implement what they want. They want your characters to all be black lesbians, and if you don't, they will threaten you and they will coerce you. That is Sweet Baby Inc.'s way. This admission aligns with previously circulated clips of Sweet Baby Inc. CEO Kim Belair encouraging teams to apply fear tactics to get narrative demands through. This is what I alluded to earlier. Oh, here's the quote exactly. Actually, go have a coffee with your marketing team, and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want. She is telling her employees to do this. Hey, if they don't listen to your consultant, if they don't listen to you, if they don't want to make every character black and gay, well, just fucking threaten them until they do. That's their strategy. Does that sound like an ethic, a business with good ethics? Does that sound like a consultant firm you want to hire for your games company? If I can't sell them on, hey, don't do that, I can instill fear by suggesting that once it gets past us, someone else will take them down for this. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. They're saying that, oh, all of the like 12 non-binary people on Twitter or X are going to come after you and make your game bomb. No, this isn't real. This isn't real. The reality is most gamers, I know this is going to be a hot take, a majority of gamers are straight men. I said it. I fucking said it. I did it. Don't fucking come after me. These statements were once waved off as tongue-in-cheek, but now paired with Wild's blunt confessional, they appear far more no, they were never tongue-in-cheek. Like, you watch the video, she's not laughing. This is her expression when she's saying it. Granted, she's giving a presentation up front, but she's not like joking about it. She's giving a presentation to a crowd, and she says it very matter of fact. Like, this is the tactic that you want to implement. If they're not listening to you, threaten them, coerce them, and emotionally manipulate them. Do whatever you can to get them to do what you want them to do. This was never interpreted as tongue-in-cheek. It was never delivered as tongue-in-cheek. So I don't know why they're saying this. It just isn't the case. But now, paired with Wild's blunt confessional, they appear to be far more deliberate. A method, not a joke. Yes, they were always a method. They were never a joke. No one thought it was a joke. Everyone saw her say it, matter of fact, in her presentation with a slide deck saying, do this. It was never a joke. It was always them being very transparent about their methods. But now it's just getting more, more eyes on it. More people realizing, oh yeah, this is serious. Because now we have this fucking weirdo. We have this face attached to it. Something Gothic Therapy described as narrative domination. Yep, that's Sweet Baby Inc.'s tactic. Narrative domination. A pattern, not a one-off. While Belair's earlier quotes were often dismissed as flippant or out of context, this leaked moment with Wild seemed to expose the core strategy behind how Sweet Baby Inc. operates with developers. Again, if people were dismissing it as flippant or out of context, because I don't think she was, and if people were doing that for her, why were you giving her the benefit of the doubt? Why were you being so charitable? Like, she didn't say it in a joking manner. It was a deliberate reflection on the successful campaign to wear a development team down so that Wild and SBI could get what they wanted. Yeah, this isn't hyperbole. This is what they do. This is just what they do. Yep, here's Kim Belair. It's been one of the greatest joys of my career. Could not have been more gracious, more inviting, more collaborative. And they ruined Spider-Man 2, and they made him black, and they made Peter Parker a cuck. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. They are different fucking characters. Gothic Therapy points out that the language used in the clip shows no remorse or reflection about the pressure applied. Well, yeah, these trans people who just want everyone to kowtow to their own ideology and to basically defy nature and defy their understanding of biology and just the world as they see it up to this point in their life, just to, affirm their beliefs. Just to say, oh, you are a woman, even though, you have a dick between your legs and balls and can get a woman pregnant. This is how they think. I wish I had been a little less vulnerable, Wild said in the clip. According to Gothic Therapy, the message is clear. Sweet Baby Inc. is less concerned with collaborative creativity and more invested in ensuring studios adopt approved identity frameworks whether they want to or not. This is it right here. I think this sentence perfectly sums up everything that we've been talking about and everything that's been surrounding Sweet Baby Inc. This has actually been known for a while. So again, that's why I'm surprised. That's why I'm surprised that it's kind of coming up again and they're going, oh, dude, they're actually doing it. Yeah, I know. She said in the presentation that we are doing this and we are threatening people and coercing them into doing the things that we want them to do. But I guess now it's official because we saw someone under Kim Belair, you know, doing what she told her employees to do and said that she told her employees to do this in the public presentation. So again, this was already known. So that's why this is kind of all silly to me. But I'm glad it's finally getting more attention, for sure. A documented ideology. Wild's philosophy is not hidden. In a public presentation at the Game Developers of Color Expo, the SBI narrative designer included a slide opening stating the goal of burning the games industry to the ground. And yep, this was my favorite. I love this image so much. I might use this as a thumbnail. This is just great. During that talk, Wild emphasized that game stories must center identity, that discomfort is necessary for effective storytelling, and that traditional creators... Okay, this is just not true. Discomfort is necessary for effective storytelling? I guess in the fact that, like, the hero has to go on a journey that has discomfort in it. But no, you don't need to, like, make the reader feel uncomfortable by inserting a black lesbian trans character into their fantasy epic story. No, you don't... That's not necessary. That's just divisive, and it's going to make people hate your story. That traditional creators, particularly white developers, oh no, should relinquish creative authority over narratives involving black creators. So yeah, this thing believes that, yeah, if you're white and you have power, just relinquish it. Yeah, you shouldn't even have that. Like, yeah, you probably worked your ass off to get there, but this is a black trans person and they clearly deserve it more than you. That's what they believe. Wild has also criticized creators like Quentin Tarantino, saying that Django Unchained should not have existed, and praised Blazing Saddles for offending the right people. Huh. Really, Django? A black person that doesn't like Django? I thought like everyone universally loved Django. Huh. Okay, whatever. The ideology laid out in the talk matches the behavior now confirmed in the leaked footage. Narrative control is the goal, and discomfort is a tool to achieve it. Belair 2 has left a trail of quotes that reflect an activist approach to narrative consulting. Again, it's all there. Everyone knows it. In past speeches and appearances, Belair has compared white males to picky babies, claimed that Sweet Baby Inc. wants to take over the video games industry, laughed off the idea of neutrality in storytelling, emphasizing the need to disrupt traditional frameworks. Again, these leftists in the games industry, they're not looking to like, oh, maybe we just insert this one character here. No, they want to destroy everything and recreate it in their own image. That is the only outlet of victory in their mind. So no, these people do not want to work with you. They don't want to collaborate with you. They want to tear you down and rebuild it in their own image, because nothing is acceptable to them unless it completely caters to their extreme leftist ideology. When taken together, these statements show that Sweet Baby Inc. operates less like a creative partner and more like an ideological enforcement agency embedded within major studios. It's like having a brigade of angry Twitter trannies working for you as your consultants, telling you that you need more gay people and more black people in your stories. That's basically what they're paying for when they hire Sweet Baby Inc. But I'm glad more games industries are realizing this. More than consulting. With these revelations, the industry must grapple with the reality that Sweet Baby Inc.'s influence extends far beyond feedback. The firm has embedded itself in major franchises, including God of War Ragnarok, Alan Wake 2, and Spider-Man 2. Yeah, God of Soy, Alan Woke, Black Spider-Man. Kind of weird. Kind of weird what happened with all those games. In the light of this, developers and publishers must ask a different question. Are you telling your own story or Sweet Baby Inc.'s? Well, that's an excellent question. A question that only the developers can answer, but we've all seen it in their products. I mean, these are three good examples for sure. Gothic Therapy closes this expose by asserting that this isn't just about one consultant or one studio. It's about a culture of silence that allows emotional coercion to masquerade as creative consulting, and about an industry increasingly shaped by firms with stated goals of ideological transformation. Holy fucking based. This is extremely true. Yeah, I mean, this is the leftic tactic. Coerce, threaten, emotional manipulation. Just do whatever you can to convince them that if they don't listen to you, that all the angry lesbian black trannies are going to come after them. It's just not the case. It's just not the case. But if you have these people working for you and telling you this every day, I can understand how it would get in their head and they would cater to these demands. The leaked clip proves what critics have long suspected. When Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't get what it wants, it doesn't walk away. It leans in again and again and again. Are you surprised that Sweet Baby Inc. pressures developers? Sound off in the comments. Let's see what the comments have to say. Coercion and harassment, threats of tortious interference. Sweet Baby Inc. is going to get nailed by lawsuits unless they throw Wild under the bus, which, knowing the woke, they won't hesitate to do. Even that will only buy them time, though, because they'll never abandon these tactics until they're bankrupt or in prison. Yep, Mad Lemming hit the nail on the head here. He hit the fucking nail on the head. But yeah, this is what they do. I actually just reacted to iDubbbz's Content Cop recently, and that's exactly what it is. It's leftists who do not hesitate to throw each other under the bus. They love doing this. I mean, yeah, they love going after people on the right, but they really love eating their own. So, I mean, that's just what leftists do. But, yeah, this was a great article. Actually, really great article. So, let me know what you think about this. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm a new channel, so subscriptions go a really, really long way. And thanks for watching. Peace.